Kia ora, Maurice. I'm Logan. I'm a student counselor at MIT, and under the New Zealand Councils Association Code of Ethics. Everything that is presented in the session today will be strictly between us, and so anything that's said between us two today will stay in this room. But I am obligated to inform you that if any sensitive information were to come up that poses a risk to you or anybody else, I would have to pass on this information to one of my colleagues for us to work together to come up with a plan or steps moving forward. Are you okay with this?
Beautiful, thank you. Yeah.
Before we start, would you like to start off with a karakia or prayer of some sort?
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
He honore, he kororia, ki te atua, he manoro ki te whenua, he whakaru pai ki ngā tangata katoa, he rimo mairoa tapu, ake, amen.
Amen.
So would you like any beverage of some sort? Coffee, water, tea?
I have my water, thank you.
Water? Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's get right into it.
Yeah, cool.
So how are you? So are there any challenge? So what brings you in here today? Are there any issues that you're struggling, you have at the moment?
Yeah, thank you. I do have like a little something that I'm trying to work through, and it's I'm not really sure where to go, so your help would be great. I have so my dear friends, we raised our children together. They're the same ages, and actually her daughter is the reason why I have my son. So she's my dear friend. Her older sister passed away on the weekend, sadly, and the tangi is on Thursday, which, we've got 3 days of what week, so I've been away from mahi, and then this means that I'll be another day away from mahi because it's in Pauanui, not Auckland. So I'm conflicted actually, because she's important to me, her whānau are important to me, and like as Māori we support our whānau in that way, but also I really love my job. I love supporting who we work with as well, so I don't know, that's my thing I'm dealing with at the minute.
Have you by chance heard of this Māori module, the Te Whare Tapawha?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Yes. I'm going to pull up an image of they represent the core elements of essentially well-being.
Yeah.
Of overall well-being, if you don't mind.
No, beautiful.
So, and as your roof, you got your mental and your emotional. Everything up here
in your mind.
In your mind and your
yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
You got your spiritual.
Yeah.
And then you have your physical and your whānau.
Yeah.
And
she definitely falls into the whānau category.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting as well. That you've had a quite a good relationship with this mutual friend. If you don't mind me asking, how close were you with your sister's best friend?
So it's my friend's sister.
Oh, friend's sister. Yeah. Right. Apologies.
No, that's okay. And the relationship with my friend involved her whānau. We would have regular celebrations and all that kind of stuff together. So I knew her. I was friends with Annie, my friend, and so with that came her sister. She's the one, Kathy, who passed. And so, she's an important part of Annie's life. So then, that makes it important to me to support her.
So is whānau an important part of an important part of your life?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I agree. The best, like, very important. Yeah.
Couldn't agree more with that.
Yeah, Kia
So let's just go back a bit. I hear that from what you've just told me, you feel conflicted about going to the funeral, and also, as you said, you've been off for you also have what, weeks? And so you've been off for 3 days, and obviously you feel, well, not obviously, but it seems to me that you're stuck in this dilemma between essentially money, going to work, paying the bills, as you've mentioned, or going to this funeral, which is yet also of great importance to you, as it falls under one of your core values.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
also, it falls under the spiritual wairua as well, because I want to be there to support her. It's like it's a thing that I love her, so I want to offer my support. In every aspect.
So you want to be there to not only support her but also her family as well.
Right. Yeah.
Have you mentioned this to your boss yet?
I did send a message to my boss in the morning, and I'm just waiting for a reply. Yeah. So I have put that out there, and when I sent the message to her, I didn't say I'm going. It was more a case of, hey, this has come up. I know I've already had 3 days off, and I'm just putting it here to offer my thinkings. Yeah.
So you've put a request saying I've essentially, I've been off work. I know I've been off work for a while, but I need to go.
This has come up.
This has come up, and if it's okay, can I?
Yeah. So I sent that in the morning. I can it's here. I can just check and see what it says.
No worries.
Yeah, because she's actually she's just said that, which is great. She said that Tony is a priority. It's a kaupapa Māori organisation, so I should have realised that, but actually
anticipated that sort of response.
But also,
still kind of.
She's my boss, so it's great.
That's a valid feeling to experience, especially with work.
Yeah. So that's great, actually. Yeah.
And how does that feel for you, knowing that you're free to go to this funeral?
Yeah, I genuinely feel relieved, because obviously it's a sad time loss, and Annie was such an important part of my life and my kids' life, so and I love her parents. They're so beautiful, I have a great appreciation for them, and this would be devastating for them. So I really want to support them. So I feel relieved. I feel I just feel really good. Thank you.
I guess you could say it's like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders.
It's definitely been a weight lifted off my shoulders. Because when there was my boss, we were waiting for it. I was just, she could say no, and then I'd be like, I'm going anyway.
Just not wait for a response. Just be impulsive and just. But no. That's great. That's great to hear that your boss has come back to you in such a short period of time to give you that thumbs up. You can
totally
giving that excuse to because you briefly mentioned that you work for a Māori or a Māori organization.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I work for Turiki Healthcare, and so I do. I work as part of the Wairua and Wellbeing team.
So there's a lot of those sort of value, those type of values incorporated in your organization.
100%. and that, you know, but also, I mean, you don't always work there for the money per se, you know, it's because you have a heart for a whānau, you know, and so it's a double-edged sword, you know. There's my personal love whānau, you know, the people who may not be of my blood but have been of my life, and then there's the people who I work with, you know, who I support, and they're just as, well, they're really important too. So that's where my confliction was, you know, because I don't really want to let people down, you know. And a tangi is different. You can't plan tangi.
Exactly, it just kind of happens out the blue.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, mahi is really important to me, and I like to be professional, and I like to do my best.
As we could.
Yeah.
As we can, because we're human.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking on that, for being human, we are allowed to, you know, have those sort of conflictions. It's completely normal, because we're constantly being put in situations that are really difficult.
Yeah.
To, you know, either, for example, your situation where, you know, you're conflicted, you're put in a dilemma where do I go to a funeral for a person, you know, out of respect, or your mahi that you've been away for a bit, and even though yes, you've gotten the all goods from the boss, it's definitely good to it's definitely normal to experience, you know, to kind of favor one more than the other, you know, and questioning the variables of each option.
Yeah, totally. And like you know, I really love that mahi gives this grace, you know, so that we feel well, we want to work harder, you know. Like, I feel like it's really important to do the best at mahi, and I feel like because I've been away, you know, because before this I've also been away a little bit more as well, and I haven't quite got back to full-time mahi, and so, you know, it's really beautiful that she's able to give me this grace, you know.
Grace, exactly.
Grace.
It's quite a good way of putting it, grace.
Yeah.
You mentioned that there was another reason why you were off. Could you elaborate that on a bit?
That's a personal thing. I just I had a major surgery just in February. So I'm happy to tell you that, but I don't want to go into that.
No worries.
But what it meant was that I have been off work since the 25th of February, and like my work has I've slowly started integrating going back to work, and so at the moment I'm just working like 2 days in house and then 1 day at home, and so that's why this was so big, because I was going to do my 3 days what week and then 2 days in mahi, but now it means just 1 day at mahi and no work at home. So that's the bigger story.
So it's trying to integrate that balance between essentially your personal life, your the mahi, and then also you know your whānau is what trying to. You see, let's see, with Te Whare Tapawha, it's obviously, as you can see, it's like a whare. So if, say, one of these, if something is just off balance by even the slightest, the whare could come crumbling down.
Yeah, totally.
So, you know, it's ensuring that we were able to try and balance out, you know, each aspect of these values, these core values of Te Whare Tapawha, to ensure not only, you know, that the whare stays built, but also that we know that we ourselves can still stay, you know,
100.
stay grounded as well, you know, so we don't just fall apart.
I love that, because like obviously with my operation, the physical side was not lacking, was just a little bit. I don't know the word, sorry.
It's
But
okay.
you know, because I had the operation, like I had physical limitations,
Yes.
you know, and so I love that analogy, you know, so I had to lean on my whānau to help me during that time, you know, my kids, pretty much I moved in with them and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, I really love that. It's really cool.
Yeah, so that's a strength for
Yeah.
you know, use your whānau while you were recovering
Yeah.
from your surgery.
Yeah.
While your physical side may have been just like tilting
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You relied the support on your whānau
Yeah.
to help you out through that time, that period of time while you were recovering.
Yeah.
And so then, once you're out of commission, once you
that's a great way of saying it. Because
so-
I really was out of commission.
Yes, once you're once it at least gotten better, you're able to regain, fix the
Yeah.
pillar of that
Yeah.
that physical element.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's getting stronger every day, right? And I have noticed that when one is out, like with my physical limitations, it's quite profound. So like I really love that model that you've brought into it. Actually, genuinely, I actually hadn't thought of it before this, so that's really cool. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to do a minute or two of some mindfulness?
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
So we're just going to be doing some breathing exercises, and when I say breathe in, feel like you're bringing up all that negative energy, and when you breathe out, you're expelling it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
You're welcome to keep your eyes open or close them. It's completely up to you. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. And breathe out. So how did you find that little bit of mindfulness?
It was very calming. It was very lovely, and it was nice just hearing your voice, and it was actually really nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I have been told I have one of those voices.
Yeah, a calming
Yeah.
voice, maybe like a radio voice.
Exactly. Well, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, Maurice, but unfortunately our time together is running a bit short on time. So let's just quickly summarize what we've covered in today's session and see if we need to have any further sessions to.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So at the beginning of our session, you discussed that you were in a dilemma between going to a funeral of a friend's older sister. Am I correct?
Correct.
Correct. That's it.
Yeah.
But you were also conflicted of work because you'd been off for quite a bit.
Yeah.
But luckily your boss came in clutch.
Yeah.
And you're giving you permission to go to the funeral because you've also mentioned that you work for a Maori-centered organization.
Yeah.
And obviously those sort of core values that we've discussed in today's session kind of like the foundation of what your organization kind of strives for.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Well, hopefully we've covered everything in today's session. If there's anything else we didn't cover on, or if we forgot to cover on today's session, we can definitely touch on that next session.
Beautiful.
Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and hopefully I get to see you next time. Nice meeting you, Maurice.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you, Logan. Kia ora.
and exactly 1 second before 20.